along with this Iowa State team here led by T.J. Otzelberger in his 5th season. He told us, he said, this is not the most talented team that I've had of my tenure here, but what makes this team click and what makes them so good, they love playing with each other.
And number one, I'm just glad that we can finally get off this Michigan train that everybody was so high on. But you're exactly right. They are the most connected team that he has had, and I think that we're seeing it. When things get tough, when they hit adversity, they just figure out ways in order to win, and the most connected teams end up winning games like that, and it's hard to do that in today's landscape of college basketball, but T.J. Otzelberger and the Cyclone team have figured it out.
It's interesting, too, because he said, you know, a lot of people are complaining right now in terms of the NIL era, the transfer portal. You don't have cohesiveness. You have a new team every year. He said, but when people do that, we want to try to embrace it. And what we've done, we've got guys like Joshua Jefferson on the line. He's inviting guys over to his crib, cooking for them, bringing people in. He said that's what makes this team so strong.
And he also said he pays attention to where, when he recruits guys and when he brings in transfers, he pays attention to where they came from. So you can understand what type of habits you already had, what coaches you played for. I think that's extremely smart, and that's the way you should do it. At the hip of the big on the hard hedge, you can really get them in foul trouble.
Oklahoma State is a team, they can get it up with the best within the country. They have led this game from the opening tip. With the shot clock at 10 here for Curry. Gives it up, leading scorer on the team here is Anthony Roy in traffic, and he is fouled and will get to the free throw line. So Anthony Roy, averaging almost 18 points per game on the season, knocks down the first free throw. He's going to have to pick up the load.
Step up today. I mean, he has the ability. He led the nation in scoring last year at Green Bay, but he has the ability to be able to heat up, and he does it efficiently. He's not a gunner, but he's an efficient scorer.
Iowa State was in a rock fight in their last game against Baylor. It was a low-scoring first half. Taman Lipsey picked him up with 20 points in the second half to get the win. Backdoor cut, knocked away, and that one's going to go off Iowa State.
And Isaiah Coleman has done a tremendous job on Momcilovic up to this point. He's not allowing any space on the catch, despite having the size differential. When Momcilovic catches the ball, Isaiah Coleman is always there. Good defense so far.
Here's Benjamin Ahmed, came off the bench after starting the last game for Oklahoma State. Inside, lost his balance in a turnover. Jefferson in transition finds Lipsey. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cyclones.
The opposing squad. I mean, Heisey is such a pivotal and important piece to this Iowa State team.
Jamarian Bateman on the floor for the first time, has the ball in his hands. Touch pass, Jefferson 3, left it short. Offensively, what's the key here for Oklahoma State as Curry wheeling in the lane, off the mark, rebound, put back up, and fouled is Ahmed.
In that Baylor game, nobody could do it because they were too afraid of the physicality and the aggression on the defensive side that Iowa State causes.
After losing their first game in conference play against Texas Tech, Steve Lutz said, instead of having an easy practice the next day on Sunday, he said, no, we went bone on bone. We went at each other. He said, we have to embrace that physicality. And he said, that is what helped us bounce back, knocking off a ranked UCF.
And you love that. You love a coach that's not afraid to, you know, shut it down after a game. It's, hey, we have to get better. We have places where we want to go. We have things that we need to improve on, and we're going to do that the next day. You got to love that mentality by Steve Lutz.
5-point lead for Oklahoma State. Jefferson left alone, looking for guard. Heisey backdoor, but no, he is held.
In the past few games, so I think he might be in his head based off his inability to shoot that.
Off the runner. And Joshua Jefferson, probably listen to you, getting a little more aggressive in a trip to the free throw line.
But that's what he's always done so well. I mean, in that mid-post area, being able to face up and get to the rim, he's so strong, he's a tough cover. But shooting a three, he has not done that well as of recent. Only shooting 25 in the last 5 games.
It is unbelievable how many stats he racks up over the course of a game. Leads this team in points per game, rebounds, assists, free throw attempts. He just has a feel for where everyone is on the floor.
You can never speed him up. He's always in control, and as an offensive player, you have to react off of him when you're guarding him. He does not allow you to dictate anything.
Crowd trying to get into it here in Ames, but Oklahoma State has led from the opening tip. Here is Fowler. His three way off the mark. Heisey gets rid of it. As they're looking for Tamin Lipsey, but he is guarded tightly by Curry. Three ball on the wing. And it's going to be Oklahoma State ball. All right, we got three more.
The freshman is a guy who doesn't get talked about enough, but definitely should be talked about a lot more. He is that level of good.
Curry lost his man. That's because he pushed off offensive foul.
And that right there just shows why this Iowa State defense is so tough, because it's really hard to blow by their backcourt. When you talk about Lipsey, when you talk about Torrey, it's hard to be able to get by the initial defender. Let's take a look at this right here. Lipsey just cuts you off, beat you to your spot, and you can't really create any level of separation, and that's what makes this Iowa State defense so tough. Their backcourt does not allow any blow-bys.
Buchanan in close, the Virginia transfer off the mark, and it's Fowler cleaning the glass. Good transition D by Iowa State. That's one of the focuses for TJ Otzelberger. Make Oklahoma State work out of this half court. Switching floor, 10 on the shot clock. And Ryan Crotty, the freshman, he'll be fouled shooting three.
And that all started by the pass by Kanye Clary. And the cross-court pass, because Iowa State loads up. You put Bateman in a very, very tough spot right there, because now he has the full-speed closeout, and the freshman should know better. Don't touch the shooter. But it's hard when you're having to go from the midline all the way to the three-point line because you overhelp.
Ryan Crotty, the freshman from Holly Springs, North Carolina, to the line to shoot three, as the officials correct it. And that's what Oklahoma State does. They live at the line this season. As Crotty rattles in the first. Steve Lutz said, the first thing I am looking for today, effort. He said, as long as we can compete, especially in a tough environment like this, here in Hilton Coliseum, sold out, you know it's going to be a big crowd. But early on, Oklahoma State has done their job taking the crowd out of it.
And that's their best offense. When they're looking to attack, looking to get to the free throw line, that's their best brand of basketball. I got a stat for you, Shrip. When Oklahoma State draws 20 fouls and they shoot at least 27 free throws, they are 7-0.
Crotty, after that miss on the free throw, he's going to be called for his second personal foul, trying to track down that loose ball. If you look at the stats already early on for Iowa State, 0 for 4 from downtown, coming off of a poor shooting performance against Baylor. Already in the bonus, Tamin Lipsey to the line. Lipsey had 2 fouls early in that game against Baylor, only had 4 points in that first half. But King, he went off in the second half.
He's definitely picked it up, and I think part of it is that people don't realize last year he played with a broken thumb on his shooting hand. So when they talk about he had a dip last year, of course, his shoulder was hurt, his right thumb was broken, and he still played because he's that level of tough. So you're just seeing a healthy version of Lipsey right now.
Crowd rising to their feet. Iowa State has not led in this game. Roy knifing into the paint, finds Fowler, and the soft touch gets it to go.
That's just a great response right there. Crowd getting loud, defensive pressure rising, and Anthony Roy just attacks the defense and makes the good decision right there.
Last 6 points for Iowa State have come at the free throw line. Jefferson lowers his shoulder, no call. Clary now pushing up the floor for the Cowboys. Reach in, and that's on Tamin Lipsey. Pushing the play. They will lose a timeout, being unsuccessful there. As we'll play on, 4-point lead here for the Cowboys. Under 12 minutes to play in this first half. Clary using that high ball screen with Fowler. Inside, outside, Roy's three. How about that offensive set? Biggest lead of the game here for the Cowboys, up 7.
And that's what they worked on in shoot-around. Every single time you come off a rescreen, Iowa State puts 2 on the basketball. So when you get into that short roll, good things happen on the backside.
Iowa State has not had easy open lanes here on the offensive end. As Jefferson, he'll take a mid-range short, tracked down by Clary.
And that's not a shot that we typically see from Joshua Jefferson. If you look at it, Oklahoma State is backing off and allowing him to shoot that tray. Let's go back to that last play, because I think this is what Oklahoma State has to continue to do. Look, the short roll pass. You get it to the big, and all of a sudden, Anthony Roy does a really good job moving without the basketball, and he knocks down another tray.
Well, that last foul was called on Tamin Lipsey. That is his second personal. As Heisey will come in and replace him. As Roy rattles in the first. We are seeing how difficult it is to defend this Oklahoma State team when they pass the ball. That's something we didn't see in that Texas Tech loss on the road. But Steve Lutz feels like after challenging his team, they've really started to play collectively again.
And it also helps when you don't turn it over. I mean, only 3 turnovers in that first 10 minutes. When Clary is locked in, he's a difference maker for Oklahoma State.
Buchanan inside, outside. Jefferson takes the 3. Nothing but nylon. That ends a 7-0 run by the Cowboys. Roy, he's immediately doubled. Gets rid of it. Claire, he is open. There's this hounding D by Iowa State as the crowd trying to urge him on. Fowler. And that's the defensive possession we're used to seeing out of the Cyclones. Jefferson, coast to coast, had it swatted. Vukovic with the denial for Oklahoma State. Inside, close, rolling off the rim as Coleman can't finish. Three ball. And Momcilovic, he was fouled and will get to the line. Well, we have another tremendous women's triple-header tomorrow afternoon. North Carolina, ranked 22nd in the country, will face at Notre Dame. That's at 1. And how about this matchup? Second-ranked Texas, 12th-ranked LSU's at 3, and then Duke at Stanford to finish it off.
I'll tell you what, LSU needs to figure a few things out. They've been struggling in conference play.
And it doesn't get any easier with second-ranked Texas coming in.
Yeah.
So Milan Momcilovic, the junior from Wisconsin, was held in check against Baylor. Just 4 points in the game. One of the things TJ Altsberger said we want to see out of him is just find that joy again. When you're not shooting it well, don't let that impact other parts of your game.
Because he's such a big numbers guy. Always worried about what he's shooting from deep. But this year, he doesn't care about the numbers, and that's why he's having more success.
This is what he's done so far in the Big 12. Good game against West Virginia, and didn't have it against Baylor. Fowler, pocket pass was there from Clary.
Clary's doing such a tremendous job coming off that rescreen and immediately getting rid of the basketball. He's not holding on to it too long.
Buchanan in close, another block there by Vukovic. Roy thought about it, decides to put it on the deck, and he's hounded by Heisey. Under 9 minutes to play in this first half. As Heisey with the theft. Challenge and Roy with the recovery.
Oh, Anthony Roy, I was not familiar.
Curry hanging, and he has been forcing it this season. He has not been good in Big 12 play. Jefferson in close, and Buchanan takes advantage of the size.
Such a great decision right there by Jefferson. He is that point forward who can really facilitate.
3-point lead for Oklahoma State. Clary turning the corner, in close. What a find as Vukovic finishes at the rim.
And I think this is something that Iowa State really hasn't seen this year. A small guard who can really get inside the lane and who can really make good decisions. Clary has been that guy so far.
Free ball falls for Momcilovic. Clary has had the answer every time Iowa State is threatened. Roy, way off, air ball. Torrey, the freshman, coast to coast, and we are tied at 26. Iowa State on a 13-4 run to get back into this one. Vukovic, his push shot misses. A chance for the Cyclones to take their first lead of the ball game. Buchanan in close, fouled, and he will get to the charity stripe.
It's slow starts, but it's around this time where they take it to the next level, and all of a sudden, it's almost like they wake up, Shrift.
First lead of the game for the Cyclones as Buchanan knocks down the first free throw. And he goes 1 of 2 from the line. Once again, if you're just joining us, no Victorious Miller, second leading scorer for Oklahoma State. He is out with an ankle injury today. As the Cowboys almost lost it with Clary here running the show. Can't get past his man. As he gets it back from Fowler. Shot clock winding down. 3 rattles in over Jefferson. What a shot for Kanye Clary.
And that was much needed right there. You go underneath that ball screen. Clary is plenty good enough to be able to knock it down.
Oklahoma State retaking the lead, knocked away by Curry. 17 seconds on the shot clock for Iowa State.
Let's take a look at this right here. This is just good off-ball movement. You get caught on that ball screen. Clary just rising up and knocking it down when his team needs it the most.
So Torrey, the freshman, will inbound with 6 minutes to play here in this first half as Dominic Nelson checks in for Iowa State. Momcilovic starting to feel it. Uh-oh! Don't let him get hot. Coming off a season low 4 points against Baylor. He already has 11. Clary using the double screen. Taking his time, working against Jefferson. Looked like a lot of contact. It will stay with Oklahoma State.
Look at this one right here. You better step up, because Milan is always in range. Logo Trey, knock it down.
Look at that shooting percentage. My goodness.
One of the best shooters, if not the best shooter.
Fowler takes the bump. And he will earn himself some free throws. And call goes on Nelson, his first personal. Barca Fowler, the transfer from Oregon State, originally from Iran. You could tell how much they missed him that second half of the Oklahoma game. His back was kind of acting up, and they missed that presence on the inside. He really gives them that true paint touch presence.
Yeah, because he's so versatile in the way he scores the basketball. I mean, he sets great screens, so which means he's a good roller. He has good soft touch around the rim, so he can get that floater, that push shot right there. But you could also throw it to him on the block and allow him to go one-on-one. So he bails you out in so many different aspects on the offensive side. And you're right, when he's not in the game, they don't have that.
He could bang with the big boys, but also a very kind young man. Came over, introduced himself to us before the game, shaking our hands. He is enjoying his experience here in the Big 12.
And he's starting to be able to shoot it from deep. We've seen him hit one three-pointer a game in the last 3 games. It's more versatility added.
Chilovich, they're trying to make sure to get the ball out of his hands. Icy finds Jefferson. Nice pass inside. The Lipsy couldn't finish. Gets his own miss. Icy, open, corner 3. And a rebound goes to Curry. Curry in transition. Where is he going?
Curry has to get better at being able to realize when he has the advantages versus when he needs to get rid of the basketball. This is not a time where you have the advantage when you're going into 2 guys who are both 6'9". Do what Clary is doing, get into the paint, and kick out to your teammates to create advantages for them, not necessarily for yourself.
The transfer from UMass, a huge step up in competition when you get here to the Big 12. Double team, Lipsy got his hand on it, and Iowa State with the steal. No look pass, and it's picked off by Fowler. Steve Lutz wants the Cowboys to slow things down here. They're on their half-court set. Double teamed on the inside is Ahmed, and he throws it away. Outlet, Nelson with the left finishes. Iowa State with the lead.
I would stay away from Ahmed down there in that post area. He's been doubled twice, back-to-back possessions, and turned it over. Stay away from him in that area.
Sold out crowd here in Hilton Coliseum.
Oh.
And bumped. No continuation. But Coleman will get to the line.
Good defense. Leads to easy offense. You better be careful because Lipsy can steal it and get it out in transition.
Take that tease, Zub and Tom. Thank you. We're looking forward to joining you guys at the half. Welcome back here to Ames alongside King McClure. I'm John Schriffen. Well, the 3rd personal foul picked up by Tamin Lipsy on that last play, so he's going to have to ride out this last 3:58 on the bench.
And we've seen him in back-to-back games now get in foul trouble, which has caused his minutes in the first half to be limited.
Talked about Lipsy playing with that chip on his shoulder this year after he had injuries last year. Healthy, trying to prove that he is one of the top point guards in the country again.
And he definitely is. I mean, the way that he shot the ball, the way that he's shooting it better this season. I mean, when he's 100% healthy, yeah, he's easily one of the best point guards in America.
3rd tie of the ball game. Slicing through is Dominic Nelson, the senior from Miami, Florida.
And that's what you have to know. When Dominic Nelson catches the ball, he's not a 3-point shooter. Hasn't made one all year. He's a driver. You have to back off.
Tough shot in close. But Coleman's going to get bailed out with another foul.
That's where Coleman can get you. He's such a good driver, and because of his elevation on that floater or that push shot, and he also does a good acting job at times.
When we asked Steve Lutz about Isaiah Coleman, the transfer from Seton Hall, he said, we need him to perform here today in order to pull off this win. But it doesn't even have to be on the offensive end. He has to be able to defend and rebound well. That's where he can make the biggest contributions.
But, I mean, he's good enough to be able to make a contribution on offense. But you're right, it starts on the defensive side of things. He did a really good job early on guarding Momcilovic, being there on the catch. but his energy is what's infectious, and I think that's what translates the most, and that's what Steve Lutz is looking for from him.
Iowa State has made 6 of their last 8 from the floor. Buchanan throws this one away to Curry. One-on-one working against Nelson, and he wins that battle.
That's just a good finish right there by Curry. One-on-one, you versus him. Let me bump you off and create a little bit of separation to get it up with my left hand.
I know King McClure loved those opportunities. Chilovich, he is not getting any daylight now as he started to heat up. Heisey, baseline drive, contact, no call. Nelson throws it up, and one!
Let's go back, though, to this steal right here. I don't know what Buchanan was doing. That's a good steal right there by Curry. And look at the bump. Good decision right there. And look at this and one. Get it up, feel the contact, throw it up. Take that one step with the new continuation rule. And one, Dominic Nelson.
Nelson converts the three-point play. Iowa State retakes the lead with under 3 minutes to play in this first half.
Ooh, look at Torrey's defense.
Clary gets it back with the shot clock already at 7. Fowler sets the screen. Clary picks it up. Coleman on the deck. His runner off the mark, and Nelson cleans the glass. Euro step, but he lost his balance. Thought he was fouled.
Might have been a little contact right there that caused him to stumble.
Clary is having to work so hard to get any kind of penetration. And Coleman throws it away, turnover.
And those are the plays that you just can't have when you're on the road in an environment like this. Those turnovers, those careless type of turnovers that we just saw, you can't have those. You have to value every possession, especially in this last 2 minutes, Striff.
So Vukovic comes back in, replacing Roy. As Iowa State is doing this without Taman Lipsey on the bench with 3 fouls to end this first half.
I think this is where you have to make your mark if you're Oklahoma State, because Lipsey's going to be back in the second half, and that's when their offense elevates. So if you want to go on a run for Oak State, it has to be right now.
Nelson's been aggressive here, as Torrey will use that screen from Buchanan. 5 on the shot clock, knocked out of bounds, 6 on the shot clock. Foul trouble in that first half against Baylor. Once again, foul trouble in this first half against Oak State.
And not only is Lipsey on the bench, but if you look right next to him, Jefferson's on the bench too. Your 2 best playmakers are not on the floor for Iowa State. So this is your time, Oklahoma State.
Moncilovic on the run, and he hits the 3. My goodness.
But you can't get it twisted. Your best shooter is still on the floor.
Largest lead of the game. Iowa State's up 4. Curry in attack mode, and he is fouled.
Let's go back to this big-time Moncilovic shot. Off that double screen right there at the dribble handoff. This is just such a high-level shot. Coleman is there. Vukovic is there. It doesn't matter. Moncilovic is that level of a shooter.
You could tell Moncilovic was not going to let that shooting woe affect him what happened against Baylor. As Curry the line to shoot 2, and he knocks down the first.
You know, great shooters aren't affected by misses. I mean, there's times, there are times where you will have games like Moncilovic had. But when you're really a great shooter, it's a mental thing. And the percentages even out. You miss 3, you make the next 7, you're still where you want to be.
1 minute to play here in this first half. It has been a good one from the opening tip. Chilovich, he gets the clear out, working against Coleman. Backing him down, fade away off 1 foot. He is feeling it here in Ames.
Size advantage, turnaround, fade away. Chilovich is good.
7-second differential between shot and game clock to end this first half. What's the key here for Oklahoma State?
Get a shot up, do not turn it over.
Fowler, double clutch, gets his own miss and puts it back up and in. 7 seconds to play, 2-point lead for Iowa State. Toure gets rid of it. Nelson, 2 seconds, has to get it off. And that's how the first half will end. It is Iowa State undefeated with a 2-point lead at the break.
Oklahoma State has played well. They've executed their scouting report. They're not in a bad place.
Iowa State 13-0 when leading at the half. It's time to send it into the halftime report. Zubin, Tom, guys, take it away.
All right, guys, thank you very much. The halftime report is underway with one of our
a 2-point lead over Oklahoma State. What's up, everybody? Welcome back courtside alongside King McClure. I'm John Trippin. It was actually Oklahoma State who led most of that first half. The biggest lead for Oklahoma State was 9. And then Milan Mančilović, he just started getting hot from everywhere.
And it all started by allowing him to get to the free throw line and see 3 of them go in. Because if he sees it go in, no matter where it is, you can be in for a long night. It doesn't matter. You better be there. Bogo Momcilovic. Doesn't matter. He thought he wasn't going to shoot it, but he'll knock it down. And this play right here is absolutely unreal. That is an NBA-level shot. And then another one giving us his best Dirk impersonation. I'm from Dallas, so you know I'm familiar with that.
Momcilović scoring 16 points in that first half, all of them coming in the final 9 minutes of that first half to give Iowa State the lead. As Tamin Lipsey will start on the floor for the second half with 3 fouls.
And it's imperative that he does not pick up his 4th, because if he picks up his 4th, he's going to have to sit for a very long time in this second half, and Iowa State needs him.
Lipsey takes the handoff from Buchanan. How about that runner? First shot of the second half goes.
Such a beautiful play right there.
Oklahoma State leading scorers. It was Fowler, the big man on the inside, leading the way. Roy with 10. Everyone having to pick up the scoring with Victorious Miller, their second leading scorer, out today with an ankle injury. Fowler gets the soft touch at the rim.
Simplicity. Get the ball right there. Have Fowler pop because Blake Buchanan is sliding over. Hit the roll.
Leading scorers in that first half for Iowa State. Mančilović, he really heated up in that final 9 minutes. Jefferson added 8 in that first half. Fadeaway jumper, and it's Roy with the rebound. Oklahoma State wants to push the pace. They want to play fast. As Curry's 3 rims out. Jefferson, crafty move in the lane. He's got 10.
He's so tough to stop one-on-one because his footwork is so good, and he can slow step you and get you where he wants and finish it over the top.
Clary. Roy open for 3. Off the backboard, has not had the touch so far today.
And he had it early on, but then goes to the bench and then it kind of threw him off.
Lipsey felt contact, put it up, but no whistle. A 4-point lead, opening minutes here in the second half for Iowa State. Curry, good find, but Coleman missed to get near the rim.
You don't get too many better looks than that. If you're Christian Coleman, you got to knock that down.
Mančilović had an open look. But the follow is there for Taman Lipsy.
Uh-oh. Second half, Lipsy rising again.
Largest lead of the game as TJ Otzelberger gets in a defensive stance. Clary splits the D. Curry from the same spot bricks that three. Giving it up as Jefferson throws it down. Bad shot on one end leads to the breakout on the other. How about that crash out, trying to call a timeout? You want physicality? You come to the Big 12 where they're going to let the big boys play.
Iowa State is on a run right now, and it started with my man, Joshua Jefferson, getting to where he wants to go. Then Lipsy with the turnaround jumper off the offensive board, and then once again, Jefferson in transition. Iowa State off to a hot start and celebrate.
Well, we asked TJ Otzelberger, what's the key to the success this season? He said, well, in the offseason, I decided to get my team in the gym and not the basketball gym. As a turnovers, the Cyclones get it back. So Coach Otzelberger is a huge UFC fan, and he got his guys training over at Myriad in Ames. It's a former All-American wrestler, Kyvan Gadsden from Iowa State, and he had the players in there working on their grappling, working on striking. Now, there wasn't any actual fighting going on between the guys, but he said they learned toughness. They learned by watching a UFC fight how you carry yourself. You are sizing each other up when you walk out into the octagon. He said, don't think that doesn't happen on the basketball court. He said that toughness has carried over with this Cyclones team.
And you're a UFC guy, so you could relate.
Oh, I love it. Oh, you know I love it. As soon as I found out TJ's all about UFC, we bonded immediately.
I was just a third party. I was the casual in the conversation. Because I have a confession, Triff.
Yeah?
I've actually never seen a UFC fight.
You know what? All right. We're going to fix that. We're going to fix that. Next game, you know, when we have some time off, we're going to, you know, watch some fights together. And I'm going to get you to Vegas so you can sit around the octagon and feel it firsthand. There's nothing like a UFC.
That's even better.
I got you. Last foul call on Jalen Curry, picking up his second. As Iowa State opening their largest lead of the game. Roy with two defenders on him, missing and close. Feels like a pivotal moment in this game here, King.
And you have to get stops, and if you're Oklahoma State, this is the problem that this Iowa State defense causes is you want to play fast, but you have to stay disciplined against their defense. In these past few possessions in the second half, we have not seen the discipline from Oklahoma State that we saw in the first half. That was a good pass right there. That was Curry's first pass off a pick and roll to assist the teammate to lead him to score.
Fowler with the finish. He leads the way with 16 for Oklahoma State, trying to stay close here in the second half. Buchanan, he's going to bang with Fowler. Turnaround hook off the mark, but a hold inside is called on the Cowboys. That is on Clary. In the break zone here in Ames, third-ranked team in the country, Iowa State on top. The women are in action, 11th-ranked Iowa State against West Virginia. Audie Crooks, I saw you. We were at practice this morning. Across the hallway from the men's facility is the women's. You were peeking your head into the gym. I saw you.
I wanted to see it up close and personal. She's a real deal bucket getter.
Oh, she is something else to watch.
I don't know who has a better turnaround fade, her or Momcilovic.
Ooh, I'd like to see that in competition. Here's Momcilovic, shot clock
No
winding
way,
down
no
off
way, no
one
way.
foot.
No way. No way. That's a different level of
I
confidence
feel like
right
you would
there.
have taken the headset off if you would have hit that one.
That's a different level of confidence right there. Shot clock running down 1 foot from the three-point line. You have to know you are that guy to take a shot like that.
Oklahoma State shooting under 30% here in the second half. See if they can pick up the scoring here. They played almost 5 minutes. Coleman trying to hand it off, but had his pocket picked. Jefferson at 5'9", and he'll be fouled. All right, we got 3 more men's games coming up tonight on ESPN. Arkansas is on the road at Auburn, Texas on the road at Alabama, and in the nightcap, BYU doesn't have to travel far at Utah at 10 p.m. Eastern.
I'm interested to see this Texas and Alabama game. You know, I love a coach that's not afraid to call out his players like Sean Miller did in that press conference. So I'm interested to see their response.
As a former player, obviously everybody know how well you did at Baylor. What is that like, getting called out by a coach as a player? How do you respond to something like that?
You know, I actually played for a guy that wasn't his style.
I was about to say, you didn't experience that, but as a player.
I never experienced that because that just wasn't Scott Drew's style. But I feel like that's almost the last way that he gets his point across, because I feel like that's something he's been preaching in practice. He says it every single day. The message is still not being received. So then you take it publicly to really try to get your point across, because your players just aren't listening to you. But Sean Miller's a great coach.
Fowler in close. The quick hook shot goes. He's up to 18 points now.
And that's just what he does best. Because he's so strong and so physical, he can create angles to allow him to score.
In close, Fowler tipped it away. And Oklahoma State with numbers. Coleman on the run, lays it up at the rim.
That's when they're at their best. They're 5th in the adjusted tempo. Being able to get out on a fast break, get out in transition, and convert turnovers into easy buckets.
Bumped in the lane as Lipsy.
Let's take a look at this right here. Look at how quick they're able to get out. Look at Clary. Clary's running. And because Clary runs so hard, he allows the lane for Coleman to be able to get the layup, because Lipsy doesn't know who to guard.
We talked about that MMA story when he got the guys in the gym. He said Taman Lipsy was one of the guys who really got involved, because he just seeks the contact, everything that he does, especially on the basketball court. Chilovich banging.
That's good defense by Coleman.
They refeed the big man. Double team comes. And a reach-in foul on the floor is called on Coleman.
Well, this started off being really, really good defense. Just staying solid, not allowing Momcilovic to get any angle, and that's good help right there by Curry. But you keep your hand in 1 too many seconds too long, and they're going to call it.
Jefferson throws that shoulder. And you saw there, Roy was like, come on. That could have been an offensive foul, ref.
And it could have. But that is the problem right there, in which Jefferson puts you in as a defender. He's so strong that he can create angles. And Roy tried to say he hit him with the chicken wing. He didn't. He was just stronger and got to where he wanted to go.
Now that foul was called on Fowler, not Roy. So for Parsa Fowler, that is his 4th personal. So Vukovic will have to come back into the game and replace the big man for Oak State.
Vukovic did a good job in the first half, especially when it came to rim protection. He got a few nice blocks. He was in the right position. They're just going to need him to be able to produce offensively when he gets to that short roll.
Jefferson hits the free throw. He is 8 of 10 from the line today with 15 points. Eight-point lead for Iowa State as Clary surveying the scene. Roy, catch and shoot. When he sets his feet, he is one of the best shooters in the country.
He's just a tough shot maker. That's why you're able to lead the country in scoring last year at Green Bay, because he can make tough shots like that, especially in big moments.
3rd straight game where Roy has 3 or more threes. And how about that move to the rim by Plata? We're about to see a heat check from Roy there. Gets it back, straight on for 3. Whistle underneath. And the officials say it's going to be a side out of bounds as a foul inside called on Plata, his 3rd. Excuse me. That was called on Momcilovic, his first personal. 0-on-0. Curry taking on Heisey. As he gets back on the wing, gets by his man. Wild shot. Yikes. I called the game the other day with Fran Fraschilla. He told that young man to pass the ball a few times.
Ill-advised shots like that will get you L's on the score category.
Torre, short on three. Tip out to Momcilovic. At the ring, lays it in. He can shoot from deep, put it on the deck. He is showing you his entire bag today.
But that play right there by Jefferson, middle of the air, kick it out, locate, know where your shooter is at all times. That's a high-level play from Jefferson.
Clary throws it up. Iowa State, one-on-one. Roy defending. Nice job getting back, but Torre, the freshman, stays with it. Heisey finds Torre in close, and Plata with the follow, no bucket. As he foul, as Heisey will get to the line.
These are the winning plays. And why? They're the #3 team in the country. Look at this. In the air. Jefferson knows where the shooter is, and Momcilovic getting all the way.
Last team on the hardwood to run the table and win a championship. Also, Indiana. Go back to that 75-76 team. They win a perfect 32-0 to win it all. As Iowa State right now looking to stay perfect on the season with their best start in school history at 15-0.
Okay, all of that sounds good.
Yeah.
But Miami with the upset.
Wow.
I believe in Carson Beck. Carson Beck and Malachi Toney. Get it done, Hurricanes. The U is back.
I'll say this. It is more fun when you have different teams on the national stage, like Miami, Indiana. As Roy, the three, short. Battle for the board is won by Plata. Jefferson, he'll try from deep. Plata got away with that push in the back. Jefferson got a little too fancy with it and lost it.
And we've seen a few times tonight, Jefferson just tries to hit the home run and do a little too much on some passes.
Torre gets it back. Momcilovic at the rim throws it up. On the floor, bodies on the deck. It's Fowler calling for a timeout, and he gets it. Now, the reason he's back out there, when they went to break, they changed that foul called against him, so he only has 3 fouls. Michigan lost at home today against Wisconsin, so there's 5 remaining, including this 3rd-ranked Iowa State team.
And that Nebraska game earlier, that's a high-level win right there. I mean, on the road, playing at Indiana, one of the best environments in all of college basketball, and you can walk in there and get a dub. Fred Hoiberg is a great coach. He's an excellent coach, and he has an excellent team, but this Iowa State team is up there with the best of them, no doubt.
What's impressive is that they're doing a lot of their damage today without Taman Lipsey, who's once again in foul trouble. As the Cowboys almost 3 minutes without a bucket here. Momcilovic gets the handle, sets the feet, and too strong. The rebound to Fowler.
And I think if you're Oklahoma State, you need to get back to playing in that middle third off of the rescreen. Off the rescreen, you got whatever you wanted when you got the ball to Fowler in that short roll right there in the high post area.
Fowler's been the guy in the second half. He scored 6 of the 11 points for Oklahoma State here in this half. Roy through his fingers. It was deflected, so no over and back. Sidestep 3-ball. How about that sequence for Oklahoma State? It wasn't pretty, but it goes.
Oh, my. Definitely was a backcourt. Nonetheless, the move, the step back. Anthony Roy showing us why he's one of the best scorers in America.
Under 10 minutes to play in this half. And a nice dime as it's finished at the rim by Plata.
Torrey's done a really good job off the pick and roll, being able to just make this simple play.
Clary gets through. A miscommunication as Coleman was cutting. Turnover. So Plata and Heisey will check out, get an applause from the crowd, as Buchanan and Lipsy back on the floor for Iowa State. Remember, Lipsy was the guy who took over in the second half against Baylor. Throws it up at the rim, and it's finished by Buchanan.
That's such a high-level pass right there. That's so tough. I mean, he puts it in the spot to where only Buchanan can get the ball and lay it in. Great pass by Lipsy.
Largest lead of the game, Cyclones up 11. Roy, he gets the clear out. Working against Momcilovic. Step back three.
That's a tough one. Not the shot that you want right there in an environment like this.
Lipsy calls for the screen. Momcilovic curling. Jefferson thought about it. Good pump fake to the rim off the mark. And here comes Oklahoma State with some numbers. Lipsy, how about that getting back in transition? Jefferson, three ball. And it's Roy with the board. Good pass inside as Vukovic throws it down.
And Oklahoma State still sticking around in this ball game. It starts with the defensive side if you really want to get back and have a chance.
Fighting through the screen, pass inside, Buchanan couldn't finish. Roy's been aggressive here in the second half. He's got 16 points, forced to give it up. Fowler through the trees, finishes plus the foul. And now he's flexing on him. Fifth 20-plus scoring game of the season for Parsa Fowler against UCF on Tuesday. He has 20 again here in Ames. As he converts the three-point play. Just a 6-point lead here for Iowa State, as the crowd can sense it. Jefferson goes to the ball with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wheeling inside, protecting himself. Buchanan with the rebound and puts it in.
That's what TJ Altscherberger loves about Buchanan. He provides endless opportunities on the offensive glass, and his toughness is what he brings to the table every possession.
Curry back on the floor, running the point for Oklahoma State. As Roy dancing with it, Heisey staying in front. Good D by Iowa State. Curry working here with 6 on the shot clock. Picks up his dribble. Fowler off his head. Turnover. Inside, size advantage. Buchanan, as they took advantage on Curry at 6'1".
Those are the plays in which you have to convert on, Triff. When you're in an environment like this and it's down the stretch, those 2 points are extremely valuable.
Buchanan knocks down the first. You know, he wanted to have a big bounce-back game. He was held scoreless in 23 minutes at Baylor on Wednesday. And Coach Otzelberger said he came back the next day in practice and he was banging. He was tip-dunking everything. He was on a mission to make sure that didn't happen again.
He's just a prototypical perfect big for Iowa State. That's what Otzelberger said. When you think of an Iowa State big, Blake Buchanan is what you want and what he wants for his team.
We approach 6 minutes to play here in regulation. Fowler calling for it at the free throw line. Gives it up. Roy open in front of his bench. Knocks down the three.
And you can't help same side corner. I mean, right there, Heisey, as great of a defender as he is, you can't slide over that much and try to double. Because if you don't get the ball and you take a gamble, you pay for it.
Lipsy, push off, gets to the rim, missing. Look who's on the spot. Blake Buchanan, another follow.
You gotta have a backside crackdown. If not, Blake Buchanan will get an easy 2 points like we just saw.
Clary, pocket pass, Fowler, inside, and how about that jam by Vukovic?
Beautiful execution right there. Clary delivering the ball as soon as he sees Buchanan's momentum going towards him. And when you get it to the short roll, 2-on-1 on the backside, and they do a good job of converting.
You know, when the Cowboys share the ball, they have a pretty offense.
It starts with Clary. Clary and Fowler.
Lipsy, extra pass, Torres, shuffle the feed, travel.
And that right there shows that Torre is just not comfortable shooting the deep ball yet, but let's go back right here. So when you go right here, look where Heisey is. And Clary does a really good job throwing that pocket pass. And Heisey, what are you doing? Don't get lost. You're leaving one of the best shooters in the Big 12 wide open.
Oklahoma State has made their last 4 from the floor. A 6-point game. Foul at the free throw line. No whistle. Lipsy, transition 3. Bang, bang! Roy double, gives it up. Fowler off the foot of the defender, on the ground. Here's Torre in front, goes it down! One of 5 unbeatens remaining in the country, and you're seeing why. Roy, contested 3, off the mark. This freshman, Killian Torre, is everywhere.
That's why they love him. He does all the little things. Uh-oh.
Jefferson, straight on. And it's Roy out jumping everybody. Roy loses the defender, gets rid of it. 3.5 to play. Clary, big shot. They needed that 3.
Oh, you love the confidence right there. Crowd getting loud. There's nothing better than hitting a big shot like that when the opposing team's crowd is getting into it and making them sit down.
Lipsy. And an offensive foul is called.
Good defense right here. You love the hustle. We love the effort. And Cyclone fans love the flush. Kind of sort of still dealing with those same problems. Moving forward, it's definitely something that Altenberg is going to have to talk to his point guard about, especially on a game like Tuesday when you have Kansas coming up.
If you're Oklahoma State, no Fowler on the floor. What's the key here on this possession?
Getting a shot off and getting into the pick and roll, get into your stuff. Don't turn the ball over. That's when you put yourself in danger, is when you turn the ball over.
Here's Roy working against Lipsy with 4 fouls. They're going to go try to attack him on defense. Curry open from the corner. And sometimes there's a reason why you're open. Curry 1 for 8 today, 4 points.
He's definitely struggled, but I like the attention that we saw right there by Lutz going at Lipsy because they know that Lipsy cannot foul.
Buchanan looking for some help. 3 on the shot clock. Jefferson's got to go. Turnaround. Buchanan, another chance underneath, and they'll reset possession.
Vukovic has had a very tough time blocking out Buchanan and keeping him off the offensive glass.
Coach Otzelberger said Buchanan is probably one of the most impactful transfers in the entire country. He said what he adds to this team, for us, he is the best big man we could have found.
I agree with that. I mean, the knock on Buchanan was that he couldn't finish while he was in the transfer portal, but he's improved that. You see the efficiency. The past few games haven't been great, but leading up to that, you saw the efficiency that he was converting at the rim. So I think that's also credit to TJ Otzelberger and the staff and how they develop these guys.
Fourth personal foul on Clary as Buchanan and Torrey. Those two guys really take the load defensively and ease the pressure off the big three so they can go to work on the other end. All goes back to what we talked about in the open. You can tell these guys just enjoy playing with each other at Iowa State.
They're connected. And you can tell by how hard they play. And that standard is set by TJ Otzelberger. And he said there's a standard every single day that you have to meet. And there's no wiggle room on that standard, which that's how you build culture. And it's so hard to do, once again, in today's NIL landscape. But TJ Otzelberger is one of the best at building culture.
Foul back on the floor for Oklahoma State, setting the screen. Clary is fouled, shooting three. No, excuse me, they're going to say his foot was on the line, so just a 2.
And let's take a look at
Let's see it. It looked like he was behind the line there.
He was easy behind the line. And they said 3. The referee, he signed 3. That wasn't even close. Can we get a close-up on Conway Clary's shoes? They're sparkly.
I knew that would catch your attention.
I love them. I'm a big fan.
You would rock those?
Oh, for sure. I might have to go cop a pair afterwards and I go play in men's leagues.
That is a sight I do not want to see coming. King McClure coming down in full speed with some sparkly shoes.
Nah, we playing.
Oh, we're going.
You're a big dude. We're the same size.
Okay, we can go at it.
Don't get it twisted. Shrip used to guard Asia Wilson. He was a practice player for the Aces.
Let's go.
He guarded Asia Wilson every single day.
7-point lead for Iowa State as the Cowboys trying to trap, trying to speed this game up. The Cyclones running clock here. Shot clock's at 9. Lipsy gets rid of it. Lane opens up and Jefferson lays it in.
And that's just a great decision right there by Joshua Jefferson.
Taman Lipsy picking up career assist number 500 on that last play. Clary on the floor here with 4 fouls in crunch time. Splits the defenders. Fowler open from the top and said it's Coleman. How about that rejection? But the whistle called on Buchanan.
Let's go back to the 500th assist. This is a good decision. 2 on the basketball, get rid of it. And it's just a good decision again by Joshua Jefferson. Patience.
Crowds just saw the review of that last play. They thought it was a clean block by Buchanan. Instead, it's Coleman to the line as he knocks down the first. Let's take a look at this, King.
Let's take a look at this. Maybe the left hand. I don't really see it. I'm going to have to go. That was all ball. I'm going to have to go. Maybe the offhand got him, and that's where the referee saw it. But from my POV, I think that was all ball. Shit, what you call it?
I think I might have to agree with you. 1 of 2 at the line. Tipped out. It's Torrey with the loose ball. And Oklahoma State is going to foul to try to extend this game.
Competed for this whole game, and they continue to compete, and that's all that Steve Lutz asked for from his guys tonight.
First free throw is pure for Killian Torrey. I'd have to agree. I mean, this looks like a very different team than we saw against Texas Tech. And you can tell there's some pieces here with Oklahoma State. When they're completely healthy, no Victorious Miller today, that certainly made an impact.
I think they definitely missed him. because those shots that we saw Curry taking, those are Victorious Miller shooting those shots, and Miller shoots 48 from the three and 51 from the field. So your odds of those shots going in are extremely greater.
10-point lead for Iowa State, under a minute to play. Tough three in the corner off the mark. Jefferson had it batted out of his hand.
So small and can get out of those bad situations. I think Clary is your guy moving forward at that point guard spot.
Full court press, and a foul is called. Oh, they're going to call this on Iowa State. So Killian Torrey called for the offensive foul. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
So Oklahoma State gets the ball back, down 10. And the officials are holding play. They are not ready to start yet. The crowd is not happy with what's happening right now.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
Inbound is to Roy. A bump is called on Jefferson. So for Jefferson, that is his third. And in the bonus, it's going to send Oklahoma State to the line with the clock stopped. Roy, 4-4 from the free throw line. The front end here of a 1-and-1. Oklahoma State will give up the foul. You have had this Iowa State team a lot. 10-point lead here, under 40 seconds to play. What have you learned about the team here today against Oklahoma State?
Their resiliency. I think it's their resiliency that no matter what happens, no matter if they're making shots, missing shots, number one, the intensity on defense turns up, and number two, they're so versatile in the way they score the basketball. I mean, one night it might be Momcilovic, or if he has a bad day, it might be Jefferson, or Lipsy might step up. But it's just their resiliency that no matter what happens in the game, they are still themselves. They are still going to be the tougher, most physical team every time they step on the floor, and they have a culture. You see the culture when they play every single time.
I mean, think about T.J. Otzelberger. Was in the gym early this morning, stepped out so he could meet with us in his gym shorts, gave us half an hour of his time. He's one of those guys who just gives his all to this program, and you can see it in so many different facets. Because they've known each other since he was a sophomore in high school, eventually getting him here. Oklahoma State inbounding to Fowler. 30 seconds here in regulation. Roy, three, partially blocked. Nope, just an air ball. And Iowa State gets it back. Coach Steve Lutz for the Cowboys says no more fouls. And he told us before the game, he said, the biggest thing I want to see, how do we compete? Yeah. Do you feel like Oklahoma State competed here today?
100%. They definitely competed. And they had a few mental mistakes. But in an environment like this, it's tough. Trust me, I know. Playing in this environment is not an easy thing to do. So mistakes are going to happen, but the effort level for Oklahoma State was 100% there.
Final seconds in this one. Iowa State, they got a scare. Oklahoma State led this one early, but the Cyclones will hold on. And it is a final. Iowa State 83-71 win over Oklahoma State, staying perfect, moving to 16-0. From my partner King McClure, all of our outstanding crew here in Ames, thanks for joining us. I'm John Shrippen. It is Iowa State a winner